Good morning, everybody. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning, and the birds are waking up. The forest is starting to move a little bit. I walked up and put a letter in the mailbox and checked on my plants near the road, and then I went inside and got myself my second cup of coffee for the day. And I kind of wanted to go over productivity. So this video will be discussing how to be productive, and really in a world that doesn't want you to be productive anymore. The world is geared towards a sedentary lifestyle, and it bothers me, so I'm constantly trying to find something to do. I try and do at least one or two things every weekend, and I work to pay the bills during the week. So during the week, I do electrical work, or I do carpentry work, or any number of things like that. And on the weekend, I work around the house, or in the afternoons even. So a lot of times I'll get off work at, here lately I've been not taking lunch, and so I'll quit at 3 or 4 and just go on home, and I have enough daylight to work in the garden, or to work on the battery bank, or the solar setup, work on cars. I've got, right now I need to probably work on the Toyota. I've been working on the Chevy, but it's 100% right now. I've got to weld some patch panels in the floor and stuff, but most of my stuff is in pretty good shape right now. In any case, I've learned that if you have, excuse the congestion, I'm getting over some kind of cold that I had last week. I don't know what it is, flu, cold, something. But say you've got a smartphone like this one. This is a cheap Dollar General prepay, whatever. I've had the number for forever, but I crush phones so often that there doesn't make any point. There's no point at all for me to go and buy an expensive phone. And I held on to my flip phones as long as I could, and the new flip phones that they have are just, unless you spend a lot of money on something, they're junk. But anyway, side note, you can get a $40 smartphone or $60 smartphone from Dollar General, and it'll run for a year or two before you got to replace it, and it's probably the cheapest option. All that aside, if you sit there on your phone and you're doing this, scrolling reels or whatever, that is lost productivity. Before you know it, hours have went by, hours that you could have done something. And so what I've been doing, I'm actively fighting it as if it's an addiction. Even though I'm not as prone to that kind of stuff as a lot of people, I don't really care for the internet. It's not what it used to be. I was trying to explain to my boys, when I was young, most of the stuff on the internet was personal websites or forums or Yahoo games or stuff like that. There was bad stuff. I mean, there was pornography, there was hate sites, there were snuff films. There's all that stuff was on the internet, but it was more niche. Like, it was more of a niche market, and it was less of a marketing platform. There was advertisement, but the advertisement was clunky. Google AdSense changed all of that stuff, and then it's gotten worse with the invention of AI. Whatever it is, the learning algorithm. because now it just learns everything that you want, tries to feed you the same stuff over and over again. So you never learn anything new, really, unless they want you to. You know, whatever the ad revenue wants you to, you know, whatever the ad protocol wants you to learn or buy is what they'll push. But in any case, you lose productivity by sitting there on your phone, by sitting there on the internet. Because it's not valuable time. It's not time well spent. There's times for the internet, like this video here. I expect that most of the people that watch this video do what I do with YouTube. What I do with YouTube is I sit down at the end of the day, when I've spent an entire day outside working, there's no more daylight, it's dark, I come inside, I sit down, I'll put on no nonsense know-how, like car repair video, or I'll put on, you know, Doomsday Diesel, or I'll put on everything black powder. Those guys are guys that I'll sit there and just watch while I'm eating my dinner, or while I'm sitting there drinking my coffee in the end of the day. Those are people that I'll just watch to wind down, and I'll spend maybe an hour. The exception being somebody like CNC equipment, I think it is. Those guys are a trip, and their videos are all an hour long. So I might spend an hour watching that, and then go get something else, and come back and watch another short video. But I watch gold prospecting videos and homesteading videos and stuff like that. I don't watch political stuff. I watch the news. I watch Project Underground. He digests the news pretty well. If you need a place to watch, get a rundown of what's going on in the world, Project Underground is the guy, if I'm saying that right. In any case, but I try not to dwell too much on the bad stuff. I try, and even in my YouTube winding down phase of the day, I try and be productive about it. I try and ingest things like James Townsend's and Sons, you know, 18th century cooking. You know, I'm sitting there watching this guy explain a recipe from the 18th century, you know, or 19th century, whatever, or everything black powder. I'm watching him make black powder, explain what he did in this current iteration of the black powder that he's working on. I'm using it to edify myself. I'm not going to sit there and scroll on it anymore. And what I did to mitigate that last night is I sat down with a book. It was not even a good book. It's some book my wife picked up somewhere because it was on sale, and so I just picked up a random book and started reading it. And I read that before bed. And but yesterday, this is Monday, yesterday being Sunday, in the afternoon, well, I actually started Saturday. So Saturday, I had a knife project to make. So what am I up to? 9 minutes. I'm going to keep going for a minute. But I had a knife project to make. I had a young lady that had found a deer antler shed, and she wanted to know if I'd make a knife out of it. And of course I told her that you can't make a knife out of it. There's no steel there. But in any case, so this is the antler shed. It was just like probably off of a 4 or 6 point buck. But you can tell it's a shed because, let's see if I can block my face. It's all spiky there, where it broke off naturally. It wasn't sawn. So I decided to make her, she's getting into hunting and skinning. So I decided to forge her a little half tang. It's not done, so excuse all the grind marks. I've got to finish polishing it. But this curve here, this will be good for skinning, and I'll false edge the back so it'll be good for piercing. But I wanted to make this handle a little shorter for a smaller hand, but I ended up making it fairly long. But it'll be okay for what she's going to do. And I put 2 steel pins, 2 brass pins, and I've still got to polish them up. So 2 brass pins, 2 steel pins. But I did that. And then while I had the forge running, because I haven't run the forge in a long time, I decided that I wanted to take some iron that I have, some actual iron, not steel, iron, and forge an axe head. And then I haven't forge welded in a long time either, so I thought I'll forge weld a bit into the axe head and just forge myself, for me, a hatchet, because I like hatchets. So I did the roughest, like, just rough. It's not even polished, but I used it yesterday. But there's the profile there. The top down. I didn't. This is as forged. I didn't make that into a hammer. I did put my mark on it. See if it'll focus. I put my axe mark. It's not going to even show it, I don't think. It says house right there. But you can see I did a couple things. One, this was a piece of 3/8 by 2-inch iron bar, and I upset it both directions. So you can see where I pinched it, squishing it this way to make it thicker, and I upset it the other way. And then same thing with this side. You can see I've got like little dimples, and stuff will get caught in there, bark and stuff will get caught in there, but it's got plenty thick enough eye walls for it to be okay. I took a piece of file steel and about 3 inches long, probably an inch wide, and forge welded it. I split this, forge welded it in, and you can see it's not delamination, it just didn't get welded real good on the end. See that little line? You can see the line where it didn't get welded on that end very well. But I spent a good bit of time, and I made the handle. So it's my own handle side. I like the narrow handles for a hatchet. It's important that it's oval shape. Don't make a round handle, it'll swivel in your hand. But oval shape with a defined edge, so on the front edge and the back edge, so that when you hold it, you can hold it. I like the bearded style axes because you can choke up on them and use them for whittling. So I took a piece of seasoned maple out of my firewood pile, and this is all axe work. So that this is the beginning of a spatula, but I haven't even touched it with a knife. So this is entirely axe work. So this is the outside, and that would have been the core. And you see that profile? That makes it so that you know, when you're holding it like this, you can scoop pancakes or whatever and flip them. And that axe just fits right in there. Makes that the dish, makes that, but that's all axe work with this axe just sitting on a bucket with a stump. So I did that, and that was my Sunday. My Saturday I built Friday I fenced my garden, and Saturday I built a garden gate, a nice wooden garden gate out of 1x6s, got myself a hinge kit. I didn't scrap it together. I built it out of new stuff. I told my wife, I said, I'm going to build a nice garden gate. When I can just walk into the garden, I can latch it behind me, the dogs can't get in the garden, and it's our permanent garden area. We finally got it decided where our permanent garden area is, and we're going to stick with that. So I did that. So this week has been very productive, this weekend especially. Now today, I don't think I'm working because the flooring guys are in the house that I was working on. So I'll probably take the trash to the dump, what there is, and do some running around today. But the point is that both days, as long as there was daylight, I was doing something. I didn't sit there and scroll on my phone. I felt better. I would come in when I was hungry and eat, or I would get a drink, and I was just doing things. And I encourage all of you guys, there is time for downtime, like watching YouTube videos. There's time for that. It's just like when you'd watch TV at the end of the day back in the 90s or the early 2000s, and you just sit down and you'd watch the evening news just to keep up with the stuff, but it was not 24/7, it was just the afternoon. And you know, we need to get off this 24-hour cycle of media. We don't need it all the time. We don't need to pick up our phone all the time. We don't need to sit there and go, you know, sometimes I leave it on my desk and I don't answer it. In any case, y'all have a nice day. I hope y'all are very productive. Y'all have a good week. Like and subscribe if you like this kind of content. I'll only do one long form video every few weeks. So, y'all have a good one. I'll catch you next time.